So, I'm hosting a live ranked speedrunning tournament in person next month, and we've sold over 100 tickets already. It's just an absolutely insane thing for me to actually be saying. I have no clue how this has done so well so far. Oh, and in the background is my new ranked PB, by the way, but it's a private room, so it doesn't really count. I also played this seed really badly. It was just carried by the fact that it was a looting 3 ruin portal. Like, there's a good bastion, a good fortress, and I hit a 0 cycle. Like, I can beat this anytime if I play the seed with, like, as if I have some brain cells. Like, it would be really helpful. Anyway, back to the topic. I'm hosting a LAN tournament. Like, how cool is that? It's on November 22nd, and there's still, like, a few tickets left available to pick up if you're in the area. It's going to be hosted at Kimmeridge House in Bournemouth University, which is south coast of England in the UK. And genuinely, I'm so excited. But also, like, I'm really scared. This is effectively a mini TwitchCon for just MCSR, and I'm organizing, like, the majority of it. Like, okay, we already have like 110 people coming from all over the world to one single room and watch speedruns and hang out. Like, it's bringing together friends from long distances. It's really awesome, but it's also really fucking scary for me to have to stand up on a stage and have to talk to that many people when they're actually sitting there in person. Like, I stream to 100 people a day in chat. Like, that's pretty normal, and they're just pixels on a screen, so it doesn't really understand. Like, you don't really get that in your brain, that they're real people on the other side of the screen. But when they're sitting there in person, in the crowd, I'm going to be seeing them and stuff like that. I will, like, those are people in the crowd. Anyway, logistically, LFI, oh, that's what the tournament's called, by the way. LFI stands for Lewis Fulham Invitational. Yeah, LFI is, like, pretty damn complex. And I know I just said, like, oh, I'm doing the organizing. I'm not really. Like, I'm kind of the face of the event. But I have to say a massive thank you to Sivian Ox, who is the chatter of mine that came up with the idea and has pretty much organized everything to do with production, the space itself, the location, the set, all of that stuff so far has been all him. He's the team lead for production, verified that this can go ahead, you know, spoken to the people that need to be spoken to, done all the forms, all of that stuff. I've just kind of been on, like, marketing and advertising, which has been really fun. It's something that I've really enjoyed. You know, trying to get all the graphics together, paying people for art, that sort of stuff. And I released the players last week, which was pretty cool to see everyone so hyped around meeting streamers for the first time. I think there's actually, like, 6 people, maybe, face revealing at this event, which is pretty crazy. I know that lots of people will want to tune in and stuff. But I also know that all of the runners are just hyped to be in a space with like-minded people. You know, people around them are all going to be enjoying the speedruns. Be that friends that are going to be speedrunning alongside, or people in the crowd that they know.
I was wondering why it sounded like
I mean, it's such a small niche, relatively, that it's just going to be a really awesome time, I hope. I know I've spoken with a lot of people in the industry as well from this, and I've learned so much in, like, such a short space of time. Although, I've still learned nothing about production. Like, I don't know anything about cameras. I don't know anything about connections. Like, I'm not becoming Tubbo just because I'm doing a couple of in-person events. I'm just outsourcing that part of the work, and then I'm doing the, getting people into the event kind of thing, and also it's going to be on my channel, for example. Technically, this is the second LFI. The first was the football match that I ran this year. Links to all of that stuff's in the description. There were highlights on this channel. It was about 50 Minecraft YouTubers in one football match. It was very fun. You guys know that I love football. There's already a video on this channel talking about how much I love football, so I won't get back into that. LFIs are just going to be the name of the events that I run. So I guess if I do a chess tournament, it will be a Lewis Fulham Invitational. It will just be a LFI chess. I'm not going to. I'm really bad at chess. I know how to play chess, but I'm terrible at it. But yeah, I want to just try and improve them as much as I can and make them as good as possible. The football match was great. Obviously, we were able to stream it, which was the first real MCYT streamed football match of its kind. Obviously, sorry, the second, I guess. Poundcake did his, but it was from a phone. We had, like, proper commentators, proper stands, proper people there. No disrespect to Poundy at all. And he's obviously doing one this week as well. At TwitchCon, so make sure you go and have a watch of that if you gaff about MCYT and or football. But the multiple POVs, spectators, that was amazing. But there was also so much that I learned from that. Audio problems are something that I didn't really take into consideration before the event, and that's something that I'm going to be focusing a lot on beforehand. And just setup time taking about 10 times as long as I could have possibly expected. So, obviously for this, I'm going there the night before, we're setting up the night before, we're setting up the morning of, like, we've added a lot of buffer time. I'm also going down a couple of weeks in advance to, like, plan everything out, kind of do a dress rehearsal. Equally, though, for the football match, we were running on fumes after TwitchCon, and I had food poisoning for, like, the 5 days before the football match, so it was kind of valid that everything was scuffed. And by no means am I going to say that this production is going to be perfect. Probably anything but. There's going to be a load of scuff involved. But to have the community at the upcoming LAN, rather than just the friends that we invited to the football match, I think is so much cooler, because it's really going to have that close vibe, that experience that I'm hoping that people will remember for a very long time. I'm also getting the opportunity to do a couple of extra things. You know, I've commissioned art for this event. I've produced different, unique merch. I've learned a lot about business-related stuff. It's just a really, really awesome time at the moment. So much stuff is happening that I really had never thought would be possible, and it's awesome. As for, like, the tournament format, it is mostly for fun. Like, there's no prize pool or anything. Mostly because I don't think I'm, like, allowed to have a prize pool, because these guys are coming over from multiple different countries and stuff. In fact, one cool thing that I wanted to bring up is, now that we have a Liquipedia page, crazy that we have a Liquipedia page. For those that don't know, Liquipedia is like the main esports wiki, and Lewis Fulham Invitational is on there. The 8 players on the Liquipedia have different flags next to their name. All 8 players. So cool. I just thought that was so unique and, like, interesting that all 8 participants in this tournament are going to have different flags. Like, really cool. That's not including, of course, the show match players, Jumper Who and John A, obviously the mid-offs finalists, both of whom are still speedrunning. I know they're both, like, around the 12-ish minute mark PB-wise now, which is pretty insane, given that they only started in August. That rematch will happen at the event. It will happen just before the grand finals, and that rematch will be commentated by myself and Tubbo. Tubbo will be a guest commentator for this event, only for the show match part. Let's just hope that Jumper Who and John A have some blindable ends. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. And while I'm getting towards the end of this run now, Lewis Fulham Invitational is happening 22nd of November. The link will be in the description if you wanted to pick up a ticket. If you're in the UK or close enough that you can travel, I'd love to see you all there.
Ugh. Cool, new rank PB. Lol. That was a terrible zero cycle. It was a beautiful pearl. I threw out my blocks. I didn't craft a bow. I didn't craft anchors. I did so many things wrong, and it was entirely carried by the fact that I had looting 3. GG. Like, that's a terrible, terrible ranked PB. GG, man. Like, okay, bro. Lol.